Welcome to Chrono Wheels. I need you to think about a feeling. That moment you twist the throttle on a truly great motorcycle, and the world doesn't just accelerate, it transforms. For over a decade, the Triumph Street Triple 765 has been the benchmark for that feeling in the middleweight class. It's the bike that taught us that performance isn't just about horsepower. It's about connection, balance, and that intoxicating triple-cylinder symphony. But what happens when that perfect recipe is taken to its absolute uncompromising extreme? What happens when the middleweight champion decides to step into the heavyweight division, not with brute force, but with its intelligence and grace intact? Ladies and gentlemen, stop wondering. The 2026 Triumph Street Triple 1200 RS is here. And let's be unequivocally clear from the start. This is not a simple Big Brother update. This is a paradigm shift. Triumph hasn't just built a new motorcycle. They've engineered a philosophical statement, wrapped in carbon fiber and alloy. In a hyper-naked arena dominated by the brutal, low-end shove of Austrian twins and the stratospheric opera singer scream of Italian V4s, Triumph is presenting a third way. A smarter way. A way that says you can have savage, arm-stretching power and the flickable, intuitive soul of a much smaller bike. They've taken the heart we love and given it the body of a titan. It all begins, as it always should, with the engine, but this is no ordinary power plant. Nestled within that minimalist frame is a 160cc inline 3-cylinder masterpiece. The numbers are frankly staggering. A claimed 180 horsepower and a colossal 128 newton-meters of torque. On a spec sheet, that puts it nose to nose with the established hyper-naked kings. But a Triumph Triple has never been about cold numbers on a page. It's about character. And this engine's character is a study in devastating duality. Imagine the instant, punchy shove of a massive twin. The kind of torque that pins you to the seat from 3,000 RPM, that makes city traffic disappear with a flick of your wrist, that feels less like an engine and more like a fundamental force of physics. That's the lower half of its personality. But then, unlike a twin that signs off early, you keep the throttle pinned. The engine note transforms. The signature Triumph growl sharpens, rises in pitch, and becomes a focused, mechanical howl. The power doesn't plateau. It builds with a relentless, linear fury that pulls all the way to an 11,500 RPM crescendo. It delivers the top-end rush of a high-strung 4-cylinder without ever sacrificing that initial, visceral punch. This engine doesn't ask you to choose between low-end grunt and top-end scream. It gives you both, in a seamless, addictive wave. They've achieved this while making the engine lighter and faster revving, meaning its responses aren't just powerful, they're psychic. It's not just an engine. It's an argument for the 3-cylinder layout as the pinnacle of internal combustion performance. Harnessing this kind of focused fury requires a chassis that is both a sanctuary of stability and a wand of agility. The old, beloved steel trellis frame is gone. In its place is a completely new, featherweight, aluminum twin-spar architecture. This isn't a cost-cutting measure, it's a physics-defying pursuit. The target. A projected wet weight of 190 kilograms, 419 pounds. Let that number marinate. A 180 horsepower, hyper-naked, that weighs less than many current 600cc supersports. This is the single most important statistic on the bike, and it changes everything. This miraculous weight is achieved through a fanatical obsession with mass centralization. The engine is positioned as a fully stressed member, tilted and cradled low in the frame's heart. The fuel is carried low in a sculpted tank. Every component, from the subframe to the swing arm pivot, has been placed to concentrate mass around the bike's center of gravity. The result is a machine that doesn't just weigh very little. It feels impossibly light. It flicks from side to side not with muscle, but with mental command. That iconic single-sided swing arm, a work of art in its own right, is now crafted from a new aerospace-grade alloy, shedding unsprung weight to make the rear tire track the pavement with laser precision. This chassis isn't a container, it's a telepathic extension of the rider's will. Suspending this lightweight marvel is hardware that wouldn't be out of place on a Moto2 machine. Up front, fully adjustable 43mm Öhlins NIX30 upside-down forks. At the rear, a fully adjustable Öhlins TTX36 monoshock. This is not Öhlins style or co-developed suspension. This is the genuine, top-shelf, race-bred article. The NIX30 cartridges offer peerless damping control and feedback, while the TTX36's twin-tube design eliminates fade and provides consistent performance under the hardest use. This setup allows a rider to tailor the bike from a compliant mile-eating roadster to a track-tuned weapon with a few clicks of a dial. It is the final piece in the connection between that explosive engine, the intuitive chassis, and the asphalt. And when you need to convert all that forward motion into nothing, the braking system is equally superlative. Brembo Stylema monoblock calipers, the current pinnacle of production motorcycle braking, clamp down on massive 320mm floating discs. The Stylemas are lighter, stiffer, and dissipate heat more efficiently than their already brilliant predecessors, offering a lever feel that is both immensely powerful and delicately communicative. This system is governed by a flawless, lean-angle sensitive cornering ABS system, a digital guardian that allows you to explore the limits of trail braking with a confidence that borders on arrogance. Orchestrating this mechanical ballet is an electronic suite of breathtaking sophistication. The brain is a 6-axis inertial measurement unit, IMU, a tiny box of gyroscopes and accelerometers that knows the bike's position in space down to the fraction of a degree. This data unlocks a suite of rider aids that are less about intervention and more about enablement. The optimized cornering traction control, CTCS, allows for aggressive corner exits by managing power based on lean angle. The front wheel lift control, FWLC, lets you enjoy epic power wheelies without flipping over backwards. Engine braking control lets you fine-tune how aggressively the bike slows when you close the throttle. All of this is accessed through 5 riding modes: rain, road, sport, track, and a fully customizable rider mode on a stunning, high-resolution 5-inch TFT display. Integrated connectivity brings navigation, music, and GoPro control to your handlebars. This isn't gadgetry. It's a comprehensive performance management system. Visually, the 1200 RS is a masterpiece of aggressive minimalism. It is unmistakably a street triple, but every line has been hardened, every surface tensioned. The signature twin headlights are more recessed, more predatory. The bodywork is scant, acting as a taut skin over the mechanical sculpture of the frame and engine. The riding position is a perfect performance roadster compromise, aggressively forward to weight the front end for supreme cornering confidence, yet upright enough for all-day comfort. It is a machine that radiates intent even when stationary. All of this technological and engineering ambition converges on a single critical number: the price. The projected manufacturer's suggested retail price for the 2026 Triumph Street Triple 1200 RS is $19,995. This is a substantial investment. Let's not pretend otherwise. But in the context of the hyper-naked elite, it is a strategically seismic figure. For that sum, you are not buying a motorcycle with compromises. You are acquiring a 180 horsepower triple-cylinder engine with a character profile no competitor can replicate. A chassis that delivers a power-to-weight ratio and agility that redefine the class. Full bona fide Öhlins and Brembo Stylema componentry as standard equipment. The most advanced electronic and connectivity suite in Triumph's history. When you line it up against a KTM 1390 Super Duke R or a Ducati Street Fighter V4S, which can easily surpass $22,000, the Triumph's value proposition becomes violently clear. It's not undercutting the competition, it's outflanking them. It offers a more nuanced, more engaging, and arguably more complete performance experience, often for thousands less. The 2026 Triumph Street Triple 1,200 rupees, therefore, is more than a new model. It is a manifesto. A declaration that in the pursuit of ultimate performance, balance, intelligence, and soul are not liabilities, they are the ultimate advantages. It makes the case that the hyper-naked doesn't have to be a barely tamed race bike or a wheelie-popping hooligan tool. It can be a precision instrument of speed, a scalpel in a segment full of sledgehammers. It challenges every convention and in doing so, might just have created the new benchmark. The question is no longer if it can compete with the giants. The question is whether the giants can now keep up.